Looks good. The number jumping. We recording. All right. Good. So now let's talk about number of passes. Yeah. So on the first pass, this one we use the blade plus ink, right? Always. But as I told you before, the side that we use to cut, we need to use as little ink stuck to the blade as possible, right? But we do need the ink. We need to ink the ink to get, into the cut so that the second pass we can see it. Okay. You might want to use very dark pigment to begin with, if you want to. Why? Because on the second pass or maybe the third pass, we use a bright color and then the dark pigment would be gone out. Or at least people won't see it. Again, but if you use a bright pigment, it's okay. Perfect. Just make sure you use as little as possible, get the cut. That's for the first pass, okay? And on the first pass, you try to apply correct pressure. How do you apply? How do you know if it's a correct pressure? Because if you think about it, right, the first pass when you cut with the pigments, it's hard to see the blood, the bleeding.
Ooh, Kim said if you hear it, that's a good sign.
Correct.
If you hear the crackling.
Correct. So there are a couple of things. Mm-hmm. Even though you could not observe the bleeding because like the pigment is there, it's covered, there's hair stroke. But there are a couple of things you can do. Number one, you can hear that you're cutting. Mm-hmm. You hear that the blade colliding not only against the hair, but also the skin. You hear with your ear, yeah? But you can also feel with your hand. Mm-hmm. The hand that you cut, you can feel that you're cutting. And the hand that you stretch, you can feel with it. You can feel that the surface of the skin, something is gliding over it. So that's something is the blade. So you can use your fingers to hear and your ears to hear that you're cutting. Mm-hmm. Okay? And with experience, you can do the first pass, you apply, with experience and confidence later when you gain, as you work in this career for 6 months to a year or two, you have the confidence and the experience, you can do the first pass. Try to do the correct pressure because you repeat it over and over again, you know what you're doing. Mm-hmm. So after the first pass, right, we go to the second pass. So on the second pass, for the good stroke, you leave them alone. For the good stroke, no more cutting. By no more cutting, that means we do not cut again to go deeper. What we should do on the second pass for the good strokes, we just gently use the blade, reopen the strokes so that we can insert more pigment. So that's the distinction there. Cutting deeper and getting pigment more pigment into the stroke. Those are two different things. Okay? They're related. But again, if some strokes are good, why bother? All we do is just reopen the stroke to get more pigments in. That's all we do. Do not cut deeper. Okay? Number 2, the second one here. This is when you get to optimal depth. Okay? How? If you do not use the pigment, only the blade to go over every single stroke, good stroke, just reopen, shallower stroke, go a little bit deeper to get to the correct one, and because you don't see the pigment, now you see the bleeding easier, clearer. Okay? And the other one is, so there are a couple of choices for the second pass. You can do with or without, with or without ink on blade. Okay, it's up to you. If you use the pigment with the plate, make sure that you just tiny bit of ink on the plate for every single hair stroke. You use the plate, dip in a tiny bit of pigment, slowly, gently reopen the wound to insert the pigments, short stroke to avoid double stroke. You might stray off the original stroke and then you might cause another stroke, beside, alongside with it. That's bad, that's double stroke problem. Get as little pigment on the plate as possible and then go over it. After every stroke, wipe your plate. Wipe the pigment off. Why is that? After the stroke, you go over this pigment over the place. It's just a mess. Clean it, wipe it off. Now, repeat the process. Tiny bit of pigment on the plate. Go over the stroke. Wipe it clean. Dip some pigment, go. It will take a long time, but as time goes on, you will be good. And the precision will be improved tremendously. Okay? So it's up to you, with or without pigment. Without the pigment, you just use the plate, go over all the strokes. Good stroke, reopen it a little bit. Missing stroke, fill it in. Missing stroke, yeah? We have to fill in missing stroke. Missing stroke. Right? Missing strokes or strokes that are not short enough or not long enough. Not long enough. Not long enough or missing strokes, fill them in on the second pass. Okay? Try to do it right away. Don't wait till the next pass, okay? Okay? So it's up to you. With or without ink, fill in missing strokes, reopen good stroke, cut a little bit deeper for shallow stroke, and we're done. At the end, apply. Okay? So normally we do like 2 passes, but in this case, because we only normally we might want to do another pass, right? The third pass. Normally on the third pass, that's the phase that you correct your problems, your issue. Let's say you have some gaps missing, fill it in. Something too short, extend, right? And so on. Okay, normally 3 passes enough. But in this case, because we might do like 4 or 5 passes, it's okay. But on average, not more than 3. And when you get better, good at it, maybe just 2. Okay? That's on number of passes. Some people are asking me, how many passes do I need? I don't know. How do we know? It depends on your experience. How much, how accurate or how good you add the pressure, gauging the pressure, how much pressure you apply. But again, not more than 3. Okay? Normally just 2. Okay? Good? I think we're good with number of passes, yeah? Don't be afraid to do more passes. Just don't cut too deep.
Yeah.
More passes doesn't mean we cut deep. More passes because we want more time.
I did a lot more just
to do the adjustment.
I kept filling in gaps.
Correct.
Yeah.
Maybe after the second pass, we might have some gaps.
Yeah.
Some gaps that we didn't see in the second pass, but on the third pass we saw them, and now we fill it in. Because we did that, we have to do the fourth pass. Why? Because the one that we just create in the third pass, we need to do one more time for them. Okay, that's why we have multiple passes. It's okay. But after a 6 months to a year, you gain more experience. Maybe just 2 passes or 3, and then do that. Okay. But the points you need to carry away is on the second pass. First pass, mark the stroke so that we can see what we are doing here. We see where we're going. Second pass, with or without ink, go all over those strokes, fill in the missing ones and so on. Extend the shorter ones. Okay? Third pass, maybe that's done. Yeah? Correct. Anything like, especially like the hair strokes, not short enough, not balanced, right? Not balanced on both sides, extend them. Or not high enough, like out of balance, and maybe add some hair stroke or extend some hair stroke to make the highs on both sides look good. Okay, a lot of ways that we've been talking the error correction. Anything else we need to talk on here? I think we're good. Okay, very clear. Yeah, can you start the recording? Yeah, thank you.